I've done this test some time ago in 2018, but I haven't updated yet with the other companies online by giving away my raw DNA data, which did. I did now, and this, the the results were, well, surprising, almost the same, but the percentages and other add-ons were totally surprising for me. So here I have MTD with my family tree DNA, and it almost, for me at least, was one of the best. It's more close to be accurate, of the rest. So you see here, you have East Europe, you have Africa, I have Americas, which are the mix of the people in Americas, miscegenated. Oh, anyway, we are all mixed. However, some are more with different people, different regions than the others, different how to say, haplogroups than the other, more different DNA marks and ethnics. The diaspora is more expansive. So here, okay, this family tree DNA. Okay, and then here also it tells me my ancient ancestors, which were the Bronze Age, the Yamnayas, and many others. Okay, here. Metal Age invaders. So here we have Metal Age invaders 7%. Farmer, a hunter-gatherer, which is from Eurasian, near Siberia to the rest of Europe, and non-European 33%. So let's go forward. Here's my heritage. Mesoamerican Indians. So here North and West European 16%, Italian 18%, Kenyan 11%, North African 3%. So Africa altogether here was 11, almost 15 plus. However, this one was an update. Before that, they give me just 11%, including North Africa, and later they changed, which I found somewhat odd. Okay, so maybe they didn't have all the data yet in their algorithm, who knows. And here is 1 2 3 and me. 1 2 so here mostly Southern European, which was not accurate for me. This one was after update. Before that, they have given me North Europe. No, North Europe very little, but they give me Italy a lot, which was 22%, I guess. And later they changed it. They changed it. Mind you, it's not accurate at all. And also they say that I have 241 variants of Neanderthal in me, and that my mother mitochondria, the mother lineage, the female, all female would be C1b, which originated 15,000 years ago in the Americas. Okay, and I found it very well. I don't know. I'm gonna do another test with my mother's, using my mother mitochondria, my mother DNA aside, also mouse separate my mother's chromosomes. So I have 2% Neanderthal. Now let's go back here. I guess it was 1 to 3andMe raw data, or it was my heritage. I think it's my heritage. And then they give me this this result, which made me so surprising. So East African 0. How come? Earlier they said I have Africa, now no Africa, no East Africa. Canaan and Anatolia, which is in the Middle East, 1.4%. Northeast Asia, which is Chinese, Japanese, which my sister, one of my sisters, at least two, one look like, the Scandinavian woman with the eyes like a Chinese, like these people from Eurasian there, with the eye like Chinese, the hair blonde, and a very pale skin. That's my sister. She passed away already. One of my elder sister. So other than one looks like totally Chinese. The hair, the eyes, the skin. One of the older sister, the eldest of all. That one look like Chinese. European bell beakers. European bell beakers will be what? Will be close to the Yaminayas. Yaminaya was one of the earliest Europeans, and you want to say to be a bit savage, and they throw away all the former Spanish people, where it's now Spanish, they throw away all the people from there. European bell beakers, 49, a lot compared with the Yamanaya combined. We have over 70, almost 80% of these people. So those were the Yamanaya, so they say, I'm not sure. Very interesting.
The grave fields of Yamnaya barrows are mainly found in the river valleys, while barrows in the open steppe are less common and date to a later period, perhaps when attitudes to the steppe were changing and the Yamnaya people sought to claim portions of.
I thought they were Asian, but they aren't. They weren't, I mean. They love milk, and I love milk, but who doesn't? Many people love milk in a way. I love dairy. Dairy and carbs are my favorite rather than protein. What the heck is this? So these were the Yamnayas. I thought they were from earlier Russia. Who wants it violent? This came after the Anunnakis took over the earth and then spread their genes. Oh, knew how to respect human. This one's good. This one's good. Did they? Did they really? If they were savage, how would they respect their woman? Okay. So I have a lot of these people. How come? Oh man, I'm done for. I'm really done for. I'm done for. Me and my family. My mother and I suffer a lot from this, and so does my sisters. How come? I thought they were mixed ethnicities. That is albino. I guess these people come from Turkey, maybe. Who knows? Anatolia. Or ancient Greek and the Celts. Ancient Greeks and the Celts. So back here, early Bronze Age, Albion and Alba, which is today Great Britain, Scotland, Irish, Ireland, etc. So altogether is 10%. Middle Late Bronze Age, Albion and Alba, plus 8%. So 10% these people from Great Britain, which was before Atlantis. Many people doesn't know it, but they made part of Atlantean. However, what was funny here, they didn't know where I come from. So they gave me just about a big 0.10% of Native America, which I don't feel as accurate. You see, North Paleo America and South Paleo America and Oceania, 5%. Oh, 0.5%, very little compared with the others. Another findings from 123andMe, My Heritage, and Family Tree DNA. Canaan and Anatolia will be Turkey, 1.4%. So Asia, I have 6.7 to 5%, and Europeans is much more. Comes up to be almost 80%, which makes sense. That's why I found, hey, how come I don't have so much European compared with the other very dark people from Brazil who had, some even have more European than I, and I'm very pale, and my sister, at least one of them, are very pale, and my brother, my older brother. So how come? Doesn't make sense. Of course, my other siblings does not share the same percentage. They are lesser than I. They have more of a chromosome group of DNA strand than me, my sister, one of my sister, and one of my brother. So here, very fun, huh? Bronze Age, Shokin, Malawi, 9%. Since suddenly they say there's a lot of percentage of Malawi. And then the Concanja Highland settlement, Peru, very low. and I'm not from Peru, unless the people there, the others from Brazil share the same DNA chromosomes, who knows. So I find it here we go. Shoguni rock artist 100%. What is that? East African 0, Canadian Anatolian 49%. So I don't understand this. The Kunkaisha Highland settlement 100%. Here suddenly they say South Paleo-America and Oceania 100%. The ends from the long continental range of the world along the western edge of South America. Well, I come from Brazil. East Africa. Yamnaya culture. Oh my god, why they aren't showing which way then? Huns. Oh my god! Huns, Khazar, Bulgars, and many other cultures who settled Europe and Western Asia. Han was all these Mongolian big Mongols. Kagan culture to dominate the steppe. My gosh! How come they say they are white people? No white people at all. They were Mongolians. Yamnaya cultures. That's why I found it strange. They couldn't be white people. They were savage. They invaded the Spain and then genocide the people there. The Iberian, of which I make part. 97% Yamnaya. My gosh, no. 26%. What the heck? European Beaker 49%. Atlantic Ceric. So here is the Eskimo. How come I have Eskimo? That's nonsense. North suddenly now have 76%. Before 0.5, now 7.76% of Eskimo who came from Asia. They come from Asia, right? They come from Asia, from China, from Africa, from Southeast Asia, etc. They are not original to Americas, not at all. Middle Late Bronze Age, Albion and Alba. Atlantic Scaled 5.2 only to 6%. What the heck? Oh, 26% me. The Yamnaya 8% Early Bronze Age Albion and Alba. Atlantic Chaotic 5.2%. Middle Late Bronze Asian. The Predos at Paleoeskimo. This one is Greco. Oh, Greek, which make part of also is Latin. It's from the Romans, whatever. The Hellenines has been not very nice people. I don't like them. So they didn't make part of Atlantis alone. The UK did. UK in Americas. And before that, there's no such Asian people there. They were different races. Okay, and they encompassed all of Americas and up to Greece and the UK. but they have trade with Atlantis, but at the same time they were enemies. So how much minuan Greek I have? Canaanite Phoenician culture. Hebraic from my mother's side. Hebraics. Okay, Sephardi's. How many of these people? I don't know. Oh, the Canaan. 1.4. Oh, very little. Very, very little. Oh no, Eskimo again, for for patience sake. And then they say that the white men were the salvation. Think again. Coded wear culture in Germany. The coded wear culture in Europe lasts from the late Neolithic to early Bronze Age. The term coded ware is derived from ceramic vessels made by these people that were decorated by making impressions using ropes or cords. Okay. By how much? How many of this cord thing? Saint Nicholas Iceland culture. What? What? That's nonsense. Saka culture. No. Because they see that I'm an Asian, okay? Then they think I'm Asian. And who do these tests are not even white people, they are from other races. There's a lot of no whites, I would say. The English Bronze Age lasts probably from a period of 2.5 after the early Bronze Age. Balbica culture. Canaanite of Middle East. Yeah, I hate my ancestral. I really do now. I really do hate my ancestral. I want to find a way to remove their DNA from me. Oh, that's no good. In Japanese prehistoric, the Jomon periodical, oh my god, even Japanese, Chinese, yeah, all these people that went to the Americas and invaded from Africa, African, Arabics, Northwest Asian, 6.85%. How come? I don't understand Jomon culture. I don't understand. Their interface is so, it's not for the layman to understand. It takes time to understand what they mean here. It's not simplified. Spain, which is the Iberic. Now you are talking the telling truth. Okay? I'm Iberic. I consider myself Iberic. The Scottish Bronze Age lasted from roughly the period of I'm Latin Iberic. It's characterized by the appearance of the Balbica culture, used the Kilaha and Migdal flat axes, which were used to create a rock art, and sites like Recruline speculate to be a resting place of high status, and the large molded Nederlage mid-north. The bigger folk farmed the land, clearing trees from mountainside for their crops. Okay, interesting, very interesting. Iberian. Yeah, Portugal. Now you're talking serious here. Southern Iberian. Well, big again. The Assyrians, my God, even Assyrians got what a Semitic people who established the Assyrian Empire and its capital Ashur between 2025 and 600 BC in today's Iraq. I don't know why these people go around humping one another for what? It's the Caucasus Mountains. What the shit? Protagoras. What the heck? The Spanish Protagoras culture, where the pastoralist people who become culturally. I don't know. There's nobody who has so many ancestors like me. My ancestors are from all over, even from Mars, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus. Everywhere they come to hump one another. Even from hell. Period between 1000 and the middle of Bronze Age, Peru is characterized by the form of the Beaker culture. Well, Beaker culture again. England, Scotland, the Mycenaean. What's this now? High size. I think this one is Turkey. Isn't it? Turkey. Am I right? Yeah, an Australian. Correct. Europe and Asian. Yeah, I think it's Turkish people. It's one of very ancient people indeed. High size. Oh, very little I have. Hallelujah. Dear stunning culture story across the region from the Elbe River to Mongolia. Oh no. Oh no, not again. I don't want to hear that. Wales. Belgica. So let's see again. Belgica is the most 49, almost 50%. So I mean English. And my town were occupied, colonized by British, Finnish, Portuguese, Italians, French, Dutch, from Holland. Also have the Afro people, of course. We cannot forget them. And the Asian people that we call Native American, which for me they are Asian. The Welsh Bronze Age lasts from roughly a period of 1000 to the Middle Bronze Age in Western Europe and Britain. Okay, so I have them. Okay. Lapita, oh no. The Lapita people were the first to discover and settle the Western and South tropical Pacific Islands. So I am in the citizen of the world. I mean, I can be everywhere because my ancestors were from these lands. So high degree of genetic similarity in history, even remote islands. They expand from Papua New Guinea to Marquesas Islands, including Fiji, Samoa, and Tonga. And remember this, long time ago there were not the people who we see today. Okay, there were different people. There were different people. In the Pacific Island, we had people that were cave people, and they dealt with mines with minerals underneath the ground, and they were very dark because the temperature there ranged between, I think, 200 Fahrenheit, which was terrible, unbearable, and they were very dark because of the heat there. You see, that were the former people of Lumeria, yeah. And they extended it all the way to Turkey. Oh no, Scotland again. Don't sound. Vietnamese. Gazoops. Gazoops. Okay, finish. Go. Because I cannot take it anymore. Cause my heart can't take it anymore. Oh baby, I don't wanna know who were my ancestors. I want them to go from my DNA, from this body. Just remember this one, I gave him the my heritage. Okay, my heritage raw data. Ta-da! Another one done by Genome Link, something like that. Ta-da! Hunter-gatherer, which is from the Eurasian. Hunter-gathering percent is very little. I guess it's very little. Western Eurasian. Is extend up to the British Isles. I thought they were Russians. Black Sea, steep, Great European. Hunter-gatherer. 10% only. So where were we here? Hunter-gatherer. 10%. Hunter-gatherer. Then I have Force Pharma 29%. You see that my DNA video can be boring because I'm very detailist, precise, to the point. I kind of I go around and I analyze and investigate everything. I like everything in detail. The Western European hunter and gatherer had blue eyes, dark hair. I think because of the sun, I don't know. How come they have dark skin? I don't believe. The Ice Age glacial, where there's no much how to say not much remnants of themselves right now. Oh, go up to the Pyrenees mountains. Steppe pastoralists. Force Pharma, what's this woman look at me for? Force Pharma, 29%. first farmer. And always they put brown people because they want to represent their people, and that's not true. The former people to the earth were the, are you prepared? Albinos. When the Anunnaki came in, what they do? They make artificial insemination, artificial crossbreeding, and they change the people. Okay, molecularly wise, they did that, and it was around. They came about 500,000 years ago, and they started the experiment 200 years later in our time. So more or less it's occurred more or less 200 plus thousand years ago, or 300,000 to 300,000 years ago. This experiment started. People are African. Life of a farmer. What the heck's now? Life of a farmer. I don't know where this step is. Tip pastoralist. Across the Aegean into Greece and the Balkan. If these people are there, sure they will be there now. Why they aren't? Why? Because they weren't like this. They weren't. Those people are different. Spin all the way up to Scandinavia. Oh, they didn't mix. So why they aren't there? They haven't mixed. Why they are not there? There's no remnant of them. You see the liars, paint on fires. The early farmer thought to have had light skin, dark hair, and brown. Now, when is the look at how convenient these people are. We call scientists. When it's the people from Persian, Arabics, from the Middle East, they say, oh, they have light skin when they are yellow. That one's called yellow skin. Yellow skin, like Saddam Hussein, like who that guy who died, Bin Laden. It was not white at all. Those people are not white. For them, those people are white. They aren't. They are pardo. In Latin, we call pardo people. Yellowish brown. Toward the first point begin, there's lie, man. You are liars. German. Falling the coastline of the Mediterranean, the valley interior, first farm of Europe, venture out of the Near Eastern homeland, driven by overpopulation, pulled by the possibility of. So Sardine is not like this guy here is Arabic or Central Asian. The one to the left, Central Asian. No. Oh, Sardinian, but they don't know. Anunnakis are always like this. They like to distort everything. Same to preserve. Sardine is presumed to be Europe and the Basques. What? Sardinians. Do I have Sardinian? Yeah, I do have Sardinian, so I have Basque. I always knew I had Basque, but they don't say it. Indigenous Americas. No, they do. They want it because they come from Asia. How come they are the first human? Huh? You are not caught. 1 million ago, 1 million in the making, when Atlantis, there was civilization in the Americas, down to the Oslo of Brighton to Greece. Okay, Greece. The Atlantis. They were genocided, killed by brain-eating bacteria that made them crazy, and some ran down to the cave, and now maybe some survive. I'm not saying where they are. I'm not gonna tell anyway, but they run. The former people to the Americas were genocided. Do they say that? No, you won't say, none of you. But I'm a very old person, I know. At least molecularly wise and soul wise. I'm a very old soul. The ancient site at the Monte Verde in Chile. Okay, but not people come from Asia, South Pacific. Native people of the world descend from advanced Siberians. Yeah, Siberians, no Siberia, they come from Asia, Mongolia, China, Africa. Okay, still pastoralist. 5,000 years ago on the edge of Eastern Europe. Poland. As the forest gave way to grassland, the southern east, diversity of related societies engaged the Eurasian steppe, descended from both ancient hunter-gatherer societies which flourished in northeast Europe and agriculturalists who moved up from the south and west Asia. These people pioneered the pastoralist form of life in the north. Eventually, the pastoralists pushed the west, ending the philosophy of farmer domination, clearing the remaining forests for their pastures. The descendants of the steppe people were the ancestors of the various European societies, which we know from ancient history: Celts, Germans, and Slavs. Slavs, yeah, Slavs. The true slaves. Why those slaves don't come from, are they blah 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 slave? Why don't have this name? Why have to be slave from Slovakia, from Russia? And why? Because slavery started there. Those people are the ones slavery sent to the east of the planet, and nobody's telling. Because lie is a bliss. To lie is a bliss, Ignorance is a bliss in this planet. Italians, Iberians, and Greeks in the south. The Indo-European language of the steppe now, the Iberians, Italian, this is what I belong. And my ancestor in Greeks, Celts, that's my ancestor. Dominant traits. And the gods of ancient, not interested. Steppe pastoral the agro-pastoralist step way can become important European language indicated this technical term arose. Pastoral sugar like two seems to come from them. What? Hey, wait a minute. Focus on animal husbandry rather than cereal cultivation. I am a carbo and fruit and veggie person. And dairy. I love dairy. Steppe pastoralists were taller and more robust people than the early European farmers. That's my grandfather, almost 2 meter, my maternal grandfather. The ability to digest milk, sugar, lactose seems to come from them, as their patriarchal society were focused around cattle. Due to the success of the new lifestyle, steppe pastoralists expanded in all directions. The expansion facilitated burial modes of gardens and the retreats of the old farming cultures. The interactions with the native European peoples gave rise to successor cultures such as the Battle Axe people or the Bell-Beaker society in northern Europe. The state of steppe pastoralists were more successful than the farmers, had been those frigid latitudes. Okay. If they say that the cold make people white, why, according to this findings, the scientific find, why weren't they very pale skin? I don't believe that they weren't. They wore pale skin, alright. In midst of the barbarian tribe of Antiquity, ultimately the Sions of the Yamnaya. Yamnaya come from Mongolia, I guess. And they come all the way from Mongolia. Scandinavia is shit. Out of the vast Eurasian steppe. Steppe pastoralists in the thick Pacific west were accessible greener pastures. From the Urals to the Atlantic. Steppe pastoralists in the Sions transformed the human geography of Europe. Now West African. East Africa rose to power in the Asian ministers, generals, and the service of the rulers, from the CD people of India to African and ancestral and modern Spaniards. This legacy is now shared across many regions. Africa is the original home of, I don't believe, there's no such thing as the Africa before. It was called, how to say the thing, Pangaea. Pangaea is nothing to do with Africa. That's nonsense. How would you know also all the Pangaea was called Africa? What a lie, dude. I'm not stupid, you know. You can put in my DNA that I'm stupid, I'm borderline, whatever. But I'm not. I'm very smart, very, very intelligent. While modern human flourished outside of the continent for 50,000 years, within Africa, our species, there's no sense. I don't believe, I don't believe. Don't believe. Blame the others. Slavery also started there and come down. They dealt with the people from these people from Europe, from near Russia. They saw they are only human. They went into ships filled with females to be used by rich Arab merchant. Through much of the heritage recent due to migration over the last 1,000 years, some of it is more ancient. From black people, you are telling your story, his story, not my story, your story, his story. From black people who are known live in the Roman Empire to the deep shared ancestry of East Africans and all the people outside of Africa, all small fraction of African ancestry are presented some individual with extremely ancient connection. Yeah, because the Romans went there, then they punk together, you know. Then they make hybrids, just like what happened all throughout, not throughout the world, but in the Americas, which was to be an experiment, in Europe. They come from the East to breed in Europe and to change the DNA of the people inside out. Listen here. East Asian. I see. Yeah, this one also is mixed with Eurasian people. Now these people here, this one look like my sister. This lady in red, look like my sister. Only that my sister was blonde. She had the same facial features and the eyes, Chinese eyes. So these people were mixed with those other people, white people from Siberia. That's why they miscegenate, but they were brown, you know, dark. Some were dark, some look like African as well. And South Asia, 1% from Portuguese, because Portuguese went to Goa in India. The amount is very insignificant, and in fact they give to many Iberian people this percentage, 1% to 2%. I have about 1%. Some are in North America, who has the predominant Irish genome. Do have 2%, 3% of India, which I found very wow. It's so not amazing. It's a shock, something to be questioned. So here they have given me another percentage, which the dominant ones was Scandinavian. Look at the discrepancy. Scandinavian was on top. Most frequent ethnicity is Scandinavian. Okay, native people of the north, 21%. Native people of the Andes, which could be the Andes, 12%. Native people of the Amazon and Caribbean, 10%. In Southeast Asia, 9%, which is China, Japan, Korea. Maybe it's Japan because the Japanese went there in the 18th century, and then some of my ancestors in Brazil, they kind of migrate from the southeast to the northeast. There's well, I may have some Japanese chromosome in me. So most frequently Scandinavia, but Scandinavia was more 2% Southeast Asian, Southeast is 6%, and Southeast, what is that, man? Native Southeast Asian 9%. Hello, that's not correct. This one come from the Indians, moron. This come from the Native Americans. This not Southeast Asian. I don't have nobody from Indonesia that is how to say, is direct ancestor. Direct. There's no such thing as only because I'm married for Indonesian man. Then what, he passed his DNA to me? Might be. Who knows? Might be. Who knows? But I don't recall have any recent direct relative from Vietnam or Thailand or Indonesian or Malaysian. No, no such thing. No such thing. Maybe from Japan. Yes, Japan, not from Southeast Asia. It's wrong, 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 wrong. Scandinavia might be German or Dutch. Okay? And West African 1% only. What a lie, man. My ancestor wore this man here in Nuredi. This man in Nuredi. Look like a Arabic or Greek, whatever. And this man here, the blonde man with a helmet, like a Viking, yes. And I did had some like yes, this man here, this Native American, yeah, and this woman here, yeah, I agree. Those were my ancestors. And where's the African? No blacks. How come they put black here? This man here is not a black man. This one with a crown in the head. Where's the black? And I look at here the signs. Okay, let's see other thing. I had absurdity, which I saw on absurdity. I haven't covered this one. Okay. I find this finding here retarded. The Europe 46.3%, which is not true. East Asian 8%, almost 9%. Sounds Oriental 11% Southeast Asia, which is absurd, you know, cannot be. I don't have people in my family that looks like India from India. Okay, that's absurd. 16.3% America, in 17.9% Africa. It's a lot. And you see in the other place there's no such thing. They don't give that much. So here you see the percentage. Okay, African ancestry. Here what say Yoruba, African, Caribbean, Gambia, Colombia, people in Mexican, Peruvian, Puerto Rican, except Brazil, which is a lie, a big fat lie. East Asian ancestry, Chinese Dai, Han Chinese, Southern Han, Japanese in Tokyo. That because he made these people underwent a test, okay, and then they come with this finding. They want to compare me with these people, but cannot. Kim Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, European ancestry, Utah residents, and Northern and Western European ancestry, British and England and Scotland, Finnish, yeah, correct, because my mother had town, there were Finnish in there, Iberian populations in Spain, Tuscany and Italian. And it's not Spain here, it's Portugal. South Asian ancestry. No, I don't have that much. That's not true. Nonsense. Africa, how good, huh? Africa even more than America, which is not correct. It is not correct at all. In Asia also is about 20, more than America. Over 20. No, that's not the truth. This is wrong. And if you see the people who do this, you understand why. Huh? Now here is living DNA. I got Europe, South 44%. East Iberia, which they say Spain is not true. Cyprus, I even had Cyprus, which is near Turkey. Very beautiful country, by the way. Turkey also is very beautiful. Greece is very beautiful, amazing. Italy too. Portugal, Spain, all amazing countries, Mediterranean. So East Iberia, this one, Catalonia. So there is some Basque DNA here, but I still believe I come from Lusitania. Is my ancestral, I mean, come from Lusitania, which Portugal. So here Europe, North and West. South Germanic just 11.8%, so little. And I pay for this, it's a paid thing. You belong to the South Germanic genetic spread out during the Neolithic Stone Age population. No, dude, it's more than that. It is not German, dude. It's almost same. It's the Dutch people from Holland. Or could it be the Celtic people from UK? And he's mixing up. Or is it the Dutch or the English? It's not German. I don't think I have German in me. Great Britain and Ireland. Oh, Scotland. 6%. Oh yeah, this one I give which one? I think I offered my heritage or family tree. I think this family tree DNA I offered. The raw data, my raw data from family tree DNA. So Scotland, Native American alone. That's correct, okay. In South America, only 2%. How come? Central Africa, Morocco. North Africa, 8.2%. Southern Central Africa, 8.9%. Okay. Yeah, it can be true. But this percentage here of German is very little. I mean the North Europe. Is it North Europe? I don't know. It's very little. It could be more. There's some discrepancy here. So Europe North and West is about 11.8%. So together would it be 17, almost 18% West and North European. Okay, so that's all for now, and this one's a very amazing trip, a very amazing discovering of my DNA. My ancestral DNA, because I consider each one of us different from our ancestral. We do carry their genetic program, their imprint. However, I believe that we are one entity per se. We cannot see ourselves through our ancestral. We do carry the genetic program in us, print, but we don't have to become them. That's the point. You don't have to become an ancestral. We are a unique entity per se, and I am unique. I feel myself as very, very unique. I'm not my ancestral. I am myself. But although I do carry the program within me, in this body, and also my mind, and also all these findings give rise to a lot of health problems, like it can give you problem like Crohn's disease, a predisposition to cancer, to immune diseases, lupus. What else? Schizophrenia, autism. I did the test and I do have autism. Well, it's not a kind of surprise for me. I knew I was an autist. I find out this year that I'm autist. But yeah, me and my mother was autistic. So my children, some of them was autistic. My nephew was autistic, and I met a man who is schizophrenic as well. So you see, all those things can, your diet, the place where you stay for many years, if you stay in a place for more than 10 years, your DNA can also change to accommodate. It is so flexible that it can accommodate the place where you are. But it is like some kind of placebo, I would say placebo medication. It will influence your DNA, but not for a long time. Okay, not for a long time, because it's a placebo. The moment you do something and you adjust the environment where you stay, your thoughts, and the other yet, and the people that you deal with, you can adjust your DNA as well. I have found it, maybe crazy, but who knows? Everything is possible, and I do believe in all this. So that's it for now. If any finds, I'll show again.